appeal process, as Carl was talking about?
As far as everything's negotiable, that part of it?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, it's true it's more private college because they do have their own money. So even though a public college may sympathize with whatever plight you have, whatever letter you write, whatever you explain, they simply may not have any money to give to you. Where a private college always has at least access to some amount of money, because that's a great leveling thing. If they didn't give more aid, then of course the kids would go much more to public colleges, so they necessarily have to do this. But yeah, I think so, and I like your words. I mean, you don't go in there and say, I want more money from my kids, or I'd like to, you don't use the word negotiate with financially. You say, our circumstances are such, we have your, well, we appreciate it very much, but we found out that if we could get a little bit more of this form or that form, it would make it a lot easier. My son loves Providence or whatever, he'd like to stay. That's the kind of nice approach to make, and you'll get a sympathetic ear, and if they have money and they buy your argument, you'll probably get some more.
I think my oldest is going, I don't know if this is the right way. He's not as academic as his brother. He was more, hockey was his world, but he was never at a level, and he knew a long time ago that it was never a career choice. But that's, you know, where his interests lie. My middle son Jake, on the other hand, has been all about academics, been all about volunteering, you know, building up a resume in high school, which was impressive to me because I wasn't there in high school. You know, I was somewhere else. But you know, Benjamin got the scholarships that ties in the grades, which I think is gonna, it's huge. You know, it's big, and he's gonna come out owing very little money, and Jake's gonna come out owing a lot of money, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as far as, you know, job choices. And what they're telling the kids now is when they graduate from college, that our economy should be turned around, and they, you know, are looking forward to a brighter, you know, than things are now. There's such a glut. You know, there's not enough jobs. So.
Along those lines, I'm curious to hear your personal views on loans and borrowing for college.
My opinion is, just because I didn't go, I took a year off, you know, 20-some years ago, and never made it back. And like the kids asked me, I couldn't open a jar yesterday. I'm like, well, that's arthritis from doing physical labor my whole life. And I guess just, you know, I don't want that for them. So my opinion is whatever we need to get the job done, let's get it done. You know, if we can find it without borrowing it, and they have to write some letters and do some work, then they're going to do it. But, you know, we'll do what it takes to get them through.